Hey guys, I'm Kelly and welcome to my home. This is number 6 where we live. We live in the Joo Chiat neighborhood and it is super cool. This is Catty. She is our resident stray. She kind of adopted us. And I guess like the feel of the neighborhood, she's very, very friendly to everyone that she meets, as long as you give her cuddles and a little bit of food. But she also helps to chase away the rats. Ground floor problems, right? We live on the ground floor of a 2-story shop house. It's kind of like a residential shop house, if you will, and a real gem of a find. You know, the Joo Chiat neighborhood, I guess it's like the new Tiong Bahru. It is vibrant, there's lots of cafes now, and it's come a very long way from what it used to be, which was filled with KTV joints and dodgy little back alleys. But now it's vibrant because you've got lots of cafe culture going on. There's a lot of a tribute to the heritage of the space as well. Lots of Peranakan places opening up, which is nice. You know, it's a nice piece of Singapore history preserved with the heritage buildings, but it's also got a lot of modernization that's going on. So I guess the charm of Joo Chiat is that you've got all of these back alleys that you can explore as well, but it also means that I've gotten access to my home whenever I've just popped out to go and grab a bite to eat. Now we customized these grills as well because we couldn't find a design that we really loved, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. It's something unique, something that's truly us, and even after we leave, if we ever do leave, at least we know we've left a piece of us behind. We wanted to move away from the whole Peranakan tile thing because we felt that it was a bit overdone for this area. So what we did was we inlaid these gorgeous tiles to give a little bit of texture and also just to bring a bit of warmth to the space. Concrete is nice, but I think having texture just gives a sense of personality. Now before we go into the house, I want to tell you a little bit about our gate. Aside from it being a great workout to open and close, it's actually one of the original pieces of the home that we decided to keep. When we first got the place, it was painted a terrible cream color. I don't know why anyone would do that. So we had to strip it down, and when we stripped it down, we realized there was red underneath, there was green underneath, but then once we finally got right down to the bottom of it, we were left with this beautiful finish, and we just couldn't bear to take it down. We were like, this has to stay. All right, come on inside and let's show you the rest of the house. So going on the whole open concept of a living room, I wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything in the way, but it meant that we needed to make sure we had lots of space for people to sit and chill. So one of the things we did was we created a reinforced concrete bench so that people can actually sit down over here and feel like they are a part of the conversation and not really part of a viewing gallery with the television behind you, which is why we also chose the frame, because then it meant that we could display artwork, and very often Sienna or sometimes Luca, they'll just change whatever art they feel like that particular day. No coffee table because we wanted people to be able to do things like come over here, just like roll around, lie down if they wanted to. It's nice and comfortable. We knocked down everything. We literally gutted the entire place. The floor we actually brought down and brought those steps all the way to the back because the lay of the land is such that the back of the house is higher than the front. But what we managed to do then was create this vast public space. So our house is divided into 2 parts, the public space and the private space. Anything that goes behind that little corridor over there, that's the private space, and that's where we relax, where we chill out. That's our personal space for us to unwind in the evenings. And because I love cooking, I love entertaining, I didn't want to be shut away in some kitchen whilst I prepared a meal. I wanted food to be a communal thing. I wanted people to be able to come here, try some of the food whilst we were cooking it up and piecing it together, be able to then come over to the other side of the dining table, sit down and relax. The kitchen itself was designed for me in terms of height of everything, making sure that I could assess everything. Spice racks, everything should be able to be pulled out so that it's easily accessible. Making sure that we had induction because we have an open concept kitchen. I also don't like a lot of appliances sat out on the counter. I find it too busy, too messy. So what we did was we created these areas where we could hide things like our microwave, our coffee grinder, and on the other side we've got our toaster, the sterilizer for the kids' stuff, as well as our kettle. Meals should be something where you can enjoy conversation as well as good food, which is also why when we were choosing our lamp for the dining table, we went with this Muto pendant. And what's so cool about it is that it's made of recycled felt. But what it does is it actually absorbs the ambient sound around the dining table so that you can actually have clearer conversations when you're sat underneath it. How cool is that? Now, the other thing about this space is our designer had actually put in these two windows. Now, these are the mother-daughter windows, and they were designed as a little tribute to Sienna and I. At the point when we were designing, we didn't have our son yet, and he wasn't even in our minds yet, so there's nothing for him. Sorry, Luca. Now, the problem about having a public and private space is that if you need to go to the toilet and you're in the public space, you don't really want people going into your private personal space, which is why we created a powder room. So this is a space for people to freshen up, sit down. If they need the toilet, they can wash up after dinner as well. But one of the things that I really loved about a lot of powder rooms in European or American houses is they always have magazines or books for you to read. So we wanted to create that as well, but we decided to do it with artwork instead. So we went and got a bunch of comics from Poorly Drawn Lines. I got the Strange Planet collection here as well, so that whilst you're sitting on the john, you can amuse yourself with a little bit of entertainment. Then we took it a step further and decided to incorporate a bit more art. So we have this incredible range here from John Woo, which is He Wears It, which we love. And as you can tell, we're a Star Wars household. If you shut the powder room door, you'll see another reveal, which was a custom piece that was done for my husband. It's time to go into the belly of the beast. Not many people go back here, so you guys are special. But I'm gonna show you the rest of the house. Our private space and the entire expanse that we have. We are only 6 meters wide, but we're about 30 meters long. So there is a lot of distance between you and I right now. Now, the wood texture goes all the way through, and we opened up to make sure that we've got lots of light coming in on the side. Everything is hidden away. You've got little panels of things over on the side to make sure that we're fully utilizing the space. And we've got the kids' bedroom that lies behind here. And we created it as such, so the little ones would have, say hi, Luca, a place to be, but at the same time, they didn't have to feel hidden away. They are further away from the public space so that when we do entertain, especially at night, they're not gonna have disturbed sleep. And this little guy can get his beauty rest. Right, sweetie? Now, this space is kind of cool because, like I said, it can be so many things. It can be a wide open space because we can actually pull back all of the walls in this area, and they're actually hidden away in spaces just behind here. Or we can close it all up and make it into one big room, which is what I love because then the kids get to share the space. Or it can also be 2 different rooms. So over here, you'll see the tracking, which is where the center partition can close. So Sienna can have her private space, Luca can have his private space, and everybody is happy. Have you ever watched a scary movie? Yes. All the dark corridors have someone lurking at the end of it, and it is not nice. It is not a nice feeling. So I wanted as much light in the corridor as possible, but that meant we had to get creative with our bedrooms. So for the kids, it was the skylight, and for us, we created this giant window which can actually be opened. So in order to maximize the space, everything that you see here, which is a wall on the outside, has doubled up as wardrobe space or a shoe cabinet on the inside. Now, I really like the use of the brick wall texture, and that was kind of something that I didn't want to compromise on. I love red brick, and I knew that I wanted to have a solid brick wall. Fun fact, It is the only solid wall in this house. The bathroom walls are the only solid walls in this house. Everything else is a doubled up cupboard made out of wood. Let's face it, as a mother, we don't have that much time to spend in front of a vanity. So I needed this little alcove to double up for me. If I was going to be spending time here doing my makeup or doing a little bit of work, I needed to make sure I could keep an eye on the kids. So I decided to use smart glass so that I could actually see what's going on at the front of the house whilst I'm still getting ready. Also really useful because we just have a giant front gate and I want to make sure that no one comes into the house. It's also really good for just spying on everyone outside. It doesn't actually work that way, but it's kind of cool to pretend that it does. Okay guys, that's it from us. Thank you so much for popping by number 6 and checking out our lovely little home. We really love our home, don't we, Luca? Yes, we do. And one of the things that we absolutely love about it is the fact that we can jump on our bike and head out to go and explore our favorite coffee joint. It's going to be Common Man for today because the gentrification of Joo Chiat has really taken off. And we love the fact that we can just head out, go and explore, and get around on our bikes. So thank you so much to Stacked Homes for featuring number 6 and our lovely little place. Hopefully we'll see you guys here again soon. And if you want to see more of Luca riding around on a little bike and looking super cute, or if you'd like to explore number 6 a little bit more, you can always join me and follow me on social medias at Kelly Latimer. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Luca, say bye-bye. Fingers out. Bye-bye. Let's go.
I'll come back next time. I'll give you food.